What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Love and Hip Hop Miami, season 4, episode 18. Secret Sauce. Girl, I feel like this gonna be a quick review because the episode really wasn't nothing. Ray J and Princess on the one. Okay, Ray J met up with some dude. I don't know if it was his manager or whatever the fuck it was, but basically this whole storyline about the Kardashians and all this stuff, and he wished he would have spoke up sooner. He was young then, that's why. And I will say that it is, regardless of how we feel about Ray J, it is pretty fucked up the way that the Kardashians have turned this narrative to make it seem like, he 100% was the only one partaking in this, and to make him seem a certain way, to make her seem so innocent, and honestly, if you just look at everything that went down with that whole fucking sex tape, if that shit would have came out in this day and age, it would not have been as big as a issue as it was back then. And honestly, I don't even understand how and why it became a big thing, because who the fuck was Kim Kardashian when that sex tape came out? Wasn't she just like Paris Hilton's personal shopper, Brandy's personal shopper? She wasn't nobody famous. I mean, she was Robert Kardashian's daughter, but what exactly did she do that deserved for this to go up so high? And I mean, yeah, Ray J was Brandy's little brother, because that's literally what they called him, okay? And to this day, they probably still do. And I mean, he was in the industry, but not as heavy, and he had a couple of songs, but he was never that big of a he was not a superstar. Okay. So I just didn't understand, was it because it was Brandy's brother? But I never heard Brandy really associated with the sex tape situation when they mentioned Ray J or whatever. So I'm literally, as I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, how did they become so fucking popular? I get the Tommy Lee and the Pam Anderson, because people knew Pam Anderson, Baywatch, all of that. People knew Tommy Lee. The band he was in, I was about to say Guns N' Roses. That's the wrong band, but everybody know the, was it? No, that ain't it. Where's my phone? First of all, it's over there. But y'all get what I'm saying. I just never understood, how did that shit blow up so big. I mean, we get Paris Hilton because Paris Hilton was a socialite. We get that. She was always on the scene. Was it because she was hanging around with Paris Hilton, or whatever the fuck it was? I don't understand it till this day. And I don't get the hype about it. I would just say, when you look back at it, if you was naive as to how they got big, it was the inner working of Kris Jenner and everybody else who was on that team that made that shit work for them and kept them in that spotlight. And then, they twist and turn the stories to make certain people look like they were the evil people. But y'all was just using niggas. That's just what it was, okay? So I kind of feel a little bit for Ray J, just a little bit, because you got paid from it too. So it is what it is. But the way that they was, trying to use this whole, it could be a possible sex tape and all this stuff or whatever, and the fakeness that it was on that show, I watched it so you wouldn't have to. And yeah, that shit was fake as fuck. But I felt for him just slightly. Princess, she's in a predicament where, she want to be on his side because she don't like to see him going through what he's going through publicly with this family. But also, she's still dealing with the fact that the way that he speaks to her, the way that he has spoken to her about her parenting and all of that stuff, whatever. It would be. I mean, they got kids together, so let me stop. Let me not say it wouldn't be me, because at the end of the day, when you got kids, all of this stuff is gonna affect them eventually, if it's not already. You know what I'm saying? And you want to nip it in the bud before it truly can. So I'm not gonna say it wouldn't be me. I get where Princess is coming from. Mind you, Princess was on Trick Daddy's cooking show doing oxtails. I remember when she posted something, and I think she posted something recently about cause it was on the Shade Room or whatever. She was making oxtails, okay? And you know, people was clowning her because of the way that they looked or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't get it. Because don't you know that, you know, oxtails is not just to one particular culture, one particular group, and there are many ways that you can make it. So she was making it the Filipino way because she is half Filipino. And, you know, other people probably make it the Jamaican way or the African American way or the Caucasian way. We just don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's different ways to make it. But, you know, Trick was on her side and Trick bringing up Ray J and all this divorce shit or whatever. And I'm just like, why are we being messy? Because at the end of the day, what's going on with you and Joy divorce? Okay, you want to keep on saying that you're not still in love with her or whatever, but go ahead and sign those papers and get the divorce. I feel so freaking bad for Joy. And I seen somebody that had asked in the comments, like, why is it Joy won't go ahead and file for divorce or whatever, why she won't sign the papers? Joy has already filed for divorce. Ever since Love and Hip Hop Miami came on, Joy had already had those papers filed. The person that's holding up the divorce and who refuses to sign the papers is Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy, I feel like it's a thing of control because like Joy said, they are financially still married. And it is not messing him up as much as it's most likely messing him up, but it's also messing her up. Okay, the way that we sat here and she's going with her boyfriend and they're trying to look at apartments, look at condos or whatever, stuff is not to the liking that she likes. So the realtor suggested a house and she was like, I can't do that right now because her name's still tied up in this house with fucking Trick Daddy, and you know, her credit is fucked up because of him. Because when you're married, all that shit becomes one a little bit, and I just felt so bad. And then the lawyer that she was working with was ghosting her. I said that's some bullshit. Trina had to hook her up with this other lady who seemed legit. Mama was on her shit, bitch. Okay, was telling her what she needs to do and everything. Child. I just don't believe in putting all my shit together with another person. I just don't believe that shit. Even if we become married, no, I want separate bank accounts. I want separate everything. And if we do go into business together, we can have a business account together. But as far as my personal shit, baby, we not doing no joint account because you're not finna fuck my credit up. You're not finna fuck my shit up at all. And when I'm getting ready to bounce, bitch, it's gonna be easy, clean, sweet. Okay? You wanna debate this? All we gonna debate is the business shit. And that's it. And honestly, depending on if we do that shit 50-50, I just give it to you 50-50. That's it. But I know shit ain't squeaky clean like that. So I just feel bad for her, you know. She said my hourly rate is $500 an hour. My retainer is between $15,000 and $20,000. I said, you ain't gonna tell me all that good shit and then drop them goddamn prices on me. I said, girl, what? That is a lot of money. Mama credit fucked up. Don't you already know? You could give us the family discount, girl. Trina know you. Trina vouched for you and everything. But Miss Natasha was doing what she had to do. Who else was up in here? CO gonna ask Joy to come on to Trick Daddy's freaking show. And I'm sitting here like, why would you want to do that? That man has no respect for her and you see exactly what she's going through and you really just want her to come on there for what? For what? So he can continue to disrespect. Men are so dumb sometimes. So fucking dumb. That was just, oh, you want some views, you want some clicks, you want this. That's just what it was, all right? What the fuck is going on? Whew, excuse me. Oh, it just needed to be refreshed. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm editing. Anyway, so we get to Florence. I think this is the big thing. I'm telling you, wasn't nothing much that was going on this episode. Let me get through this because speaking of Trina, I want to talk about something for a second. Gael need her ass whooped. All right, now at this point, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's fake. And I'm leaning more so towards the fake side. But then at the same time, it's like we done seen situations, not necessarily to this extent, but when a family member fuck around with another family member's spouse and then that person get found out and the family member's spouse and them still stay the fuck together. We seen some shit like that, and some of y'all probably got that going on in y'all household too. I'm just saying, we all seen some stuff like that. So it's like, fuck it, why even say anything? Because you still gonna stay with the nigga. That's Florence and Marlin at this point. But because as soon as I heard that my nigga went over and gave a random bitch that ain't even, like, girl, what? My sister friend just started putting his lips all up on her bottom lips. Okay, like, it's one thing to do the top, but it's another to go down low. That's nasty. It is called herpes. It is called HPV. It is called a lot of fucking things that can happen. And you just gonna do that and then come home and then kiss me and then kiss me? Like, no, we ain't got shit going. No. And that's why I was like, you know what, Florence? I just don't give a fuck, okay? But it's funny. The storyline is funny, okay? Because Gael, I don't understand what's going on with that lady. Baby, why? Is it because y'all trying to act and you want to get your credits up or whatever? But my thing is, why would you put your real family on TV and y'all act this fake shit out like this? Okay, so everybody can think that this shit is fucking real, or because you know some people gonna think it's 100% real. And why would you want to put your family on blast like that? That is fucked up. Baby, ain't nowhere in hell I'ma try to get some fame and notoriety off of the fact that I done fuck my sister husband. Hell no. Or come on no show looking crazy as shit. Because Gael, you got the voodoo in you. I don't know, girl, because you a little cray. You should have went to that goddamn ceremony that Marlin and Florence went to, because every time we see her, the bitch be looking like she on something. Is it just me? I'm gonna be like, I like, girl, open up your mouth first of all and quit looking down when you talking. It's like she trying to remember her lines. Am I the only one who's catching this? Okay. So she called Debbie, her friend, who got her box ate by damn Marlin. You know, they doing like tag team. Your turn, your turn, your turn. That's what they doing at this point, because, you know, she go up in there. She had already told Debbie about the whole situation. And, you know, they go outside to talk, okay? She was like, Marlon came over there to the restaurant. I was scared because I didn't know what he was going to do, but I knew he was going to try to tell me not to say nothing to Florence about this whole situation or whatever, because that's what he did the last time and all that. And I'm just like, ugh. Okay, you know. And then they showed the surveillance camera, whatever. You know, they was out there talking. Honestly, they could have been talking about anything. We don't know because there was no sound. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, that's a little plausible. We'll roll with that. But then it went from that to Debbie like, so when you gonna tell her? I don't know. I'm gonna tell her, but I don't. And then, you know, Debbie was like, you know what? Because honestly, what you doing, that's kind of fucked up. And she said, bitch, how the fuck you gonna tell me it's fucked up when you did the same thing? Okay, how you gonna judge me when you did the same damn thing? Debbie got her ass by saying, oh, I did something that was fucked up, but guess what? That bitch ain't my sister. You fucking your sister man, okay? That's the difference. And not just her man, her husband. Legally licensed husband, okay? And Gael just don't understand that shit. She just want to think of it as, I mean, bitch, you fucked him too, so therefore, you know, we in the same boat. You're not in the same boat. She has no loyalty to Florence. She has no loyalty to Marlin. You really have no loyalty to Marlin, but you have all the loyalty to Florence. When you up here acting the way that you acting about your sister, she acts like a fucking crazed ex that won't let go, obsessed, okay? She always want to be around Florence. It's weird, and I feel like she's the oldest, right? It's weird because we saw Florence talking to her cousin and talking to her sister, and even her sister said that Gael be acting crazy or acting weird, like, you know. It's just, I don't know, something about that lady is off, you know. And she always want to pick the weirdest times, the most fucked up times to want to tell her some news. Why is it every time this lady is about to have a performance, or after she had a performance or a big event that she's looking forward to doing, you want to drop a bomb on her? And that is exactly what she did. After she had her little performance, mind you, Don was there to try to see what was going on, you know, see how things were. And remember what Don said? You need to get rid of that husband of yours because, you know, he's trying to roll up off your coattail. And Florence told her sisters and her cousins that. And they said yes, okay? Now, at the end of the day, when y'all got together, you didn't get together to become a duo in the music business. You got together to become a single, what is it, solo artist? And I was just like, everybody telling you the same thing, Florence, okay? But, you know, you going to take it upon yourself to do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do because you love that toxic dick. So, hell, that's just what it is. But Mama was sitting there. Dawn came up in there because she did her little performance. Everybody was cheering for her. And then Marlin went out there and did his thing. And then they did their thing together. I was like, girl, Beyonce and Jay-Z, you are not, okay? More like Stevie J and Jocelyn, okay? That's just what it is, you know? So, I was just sitting here like, can we stop? But Dawn was looking, and you saw the way her face just kind of dropped a little bit, like, see, this is what I'm talking about, when Marlin took the mic. And so when she went back there, Florence had introduced her to everybody, and I think Betty had already knew who the hell Dawn was because her face changed as soon as she saw Dawn come in there. And Dawn was just telling them, you know, first of all, Florence had told them, this is Dawn. I had her to come watch and see what things was going on, especially after stuff that happened in Orlando. Now, I understand you may feel some type of way. And see, this is the thing about being professional. I understand that you may feel some type of way about the fact that your job may be on the line. You're getting disciplinary actions. You don't know what might happen, okay? And this is being sprung up on you. But at the end of the day, you work for Florence. You're a manager that she hired. That means that you work for her. So therefore, she really don't have to tell you much. And if she wants to go ahead and just fire you, just to fire you, as long as you ain't do no, it ain't no blackmailing, no sexual harassment type of shit, she can fucking do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Florence brought that lady there, and you should have just shut the fuck up. I don't understand why Betty was coming at Dawn. I get it, but at the same time, Dawn was brought there by Florence. Dawn didn't encroach on your territory. Florence brought her there. Same thing with Ludus. Ludus was a little bit more respectable, but Betty, she was in her feelings, okay? Moving on from that, while they up there trying to talk, Gael want to pull sis to the side. Mind you, they was just over there dancing, and she was like, this my sister, this my, we know, you weirdo, okay? And then all of a sudden she was like, so Florence, I got something to tell you. Florence was like, what? She said, you know what, pause, hold on to that. Jackie, y'all, come over here right quick right now, because, you know, every time she drop something on me, I'm gonna need to have a goddamn audience to fucking hold my ass back, because she always doing this shit. What you gotta tell me? It's about your husband. Me and Marlin, we was having an affair. And she was like, girl, get the fuck. Marlin, come here. And he come over there. He was like, what's up? She said, y'all was fucking. She said, she lying. She drunk. You know how it is or whatever. She said, I got the proof you was at the restaurant. He said, I ain't never go to your restaurant. You a goddamn lie. Where the proof at? Where the proof at? She said, I got cameras all over the restaurants. And he said, where? She pulled out that goddamn phone, turned on that video they had then. He was like, see, this him right here. And Florence was like, Marlin, that's you. He said, let me see. That ain't me. That ain't me, bitch. Marlin is so fucking funny because he is truly the definition of that Shaggy song, It Wasn't Me. I have the fucking proof with your body. His fucking face could have been all up in the camera like this. And he gonna still say, that ain't me. I said, what? We made love, and you know that we did that. Okay, Marlin, this is what I've been wanting to tell you. I said, girl, Florence, get your sister, okay? Beat that bitch ass. Beat that bitch ass. And I defended you all this time and you gonna do this shit. This is the same thing that happened. She was like, now that she got the video camera and the footage, I know that shit happened. And it's the same thing that you did with Debbie. And I defended you and I stayed with you. I said, I don't know what you huffing and puffing now because you're still gonna stay with them. But anyway, you know, they acting like they're about to get ready to fight and all that shit. But it's gonna be a continuation to next week. Anyway, moving on from that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm really bored with these shows, if you can't tell. And mostly, let me just tell you what's going on today. I'm just tired. I had took a break from unpacking, and then while I was looking at the last few, like 30 minutes of the show, and I started unpacking another being, right? Girl, I reached up, I said, oh, bitch, my shoulder said, hell no. Girl, you do it too much. So I'm gonna go take the trash out. When I finish turning this camera off, and then I'm gonna just chill for the rest of the night. But baby, speaking of Trina, I just want to know, is Trina in there watching Bobby Light's show on Zeus? It's like, you want your family members to be supportive of your shit, but I don't know if I could watch. I just wouldn't be able to watch that shit. If that was my family up there acting a fool like that, I just would not be able to watch that shit. And it's not even him that's acting the fool. It is everybody on the show, including Roland Ray. Okay? Roland Ray spit on somebody. Bitch, it was the wheelchair wars on the last episode. The recent episode that came on last night. I said, oh my goodness. Like him and another dude, Tony, that was in a wheelchair. They was about to go at it. Tony is a fighter for real, okay? I could tell just how feisty he is up in that chair, that before he got shot and he had a free use of his legs, that motherfucker used to beat ass, or at least attempt to, you know? But it's so much I said, is it like a prerequisite to be on a Zeus show to have a bunch of fucking fights? Like, this is the representation that y'all want to put out there for gay men, for our gay people, for our women too, that all our black asses and, you know, minority asses do is fucking fight. Because it ain't the white boys that's fighting, but it was one, Dimitri. He needed to go because he was too goddamn pretentious. You know, he gave me racist tease a little bit because some of the shit that he was saying, it was very, I ain't like it. He basically said the motherfuckers stank and they was dirty. I was like, okay. And he ain't even cute. First of all, he looked too old to be there for a goddamn Bobby Lights. And it looked like he probably just Googled who the fuck Bobby Lights was, okay? And he looked like he was a bottom too. And I just don't see how two bottoms gonna get together. What, y'all gonna get a double-ended dildo and fuck each other? I don't know, okay? Or y'all gonna be bumping pocketbooks like this? I don't know, okay? But, it was so many goddamn fights. I just don't understand. This is how I know I'm getting too old for this shit. Like, and I said this in another video. Like, it's just, it's too many fights. And then the black dude that used to fuck around with Jeffree Star for a place to stay, who used to be with the woman who was, I think, a basketball player or some shit at one point. I don't know. He allegedly is Bobby's ex. Since the fuck when? This is all for show, though. We know it because most of the people that's on here as contestants were auditioning to be on the Bad Boys Bad Boy Houston, you know, situation. But when they was doing the naming ceremony, and it's a big dude up in the house, I think his name is Perry, and he came over there, I didn't like the way that they treated him. Roland Ray. And I'm finna tell you why. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When he came over there, he said, I already know they're gonna probably give me a name that got big something in it, okay? You know, so he came over there. He did what he had to do. He gave him a little lap dance or whatever. I said, you know, big boy got a little roll to it. All right, don't think we can't move. We can move a little bit. But while he was dancing or whatever, and he really wasn't doing much to cause Roland Ray to say this, he gonna say, oh my God, it smells like Burger King. Mind you, Roland Ray is sitting there with man titties drooped over his microphone satchel. He's sitting there with literal literal man titties that's hanging from his chest down to his nipple, to his goddamn navel. And you're talking about it smell like Burger King because this is a big boy. And you wanted to call him Big Burger. But instead they call him Big Bird. Okay, this shit is disrespectful as fucking. The way that y'all be allowing yourselves to be disrespected on this shit, it just wouldn't be me. And then when he walked away, I am not gonna lie, even though I'm saying all of this shit, but when Perry walked away and Rolling Wave said, come back and get what he say? He said, come back and get Bobby a kiss, you fat bitch. I said, oh my God. I was just like that. I had to laugh at the same time because it caught me off guard. I was not ready for that. I said, did he really just say that? And then, you know, when they got to the end, right, and they was doing like the elimination, he called him down first. And then he kept on calling him up and calling him down, calling him up, calling him down. And I'm sitting here like, Perry, you look like you probably older than this motherfucker, and you gonna let him keep on doing this to you? You know, trying to, and first of all, gonna tell him if you lose a little bit more weight, you can really get some things going or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, you are disabled as fuck because of whatever, you know, illness or whatever disease or whatever that your body deformity that you have that caused you to get up into a wheelchair and to be that way. You're bottom heavy, your Rolling Ray is bottom heavy. You know, he got thick, big thighs and all that shit. He was a little bit bigger than what he is on the show. You know what I'm saying? But he still got titties and he still got a gut. You know what I'm saying? And you are making fun of this man's weight. I'm not saying that his weight is a disability or should be classed as a disability, because he's very much able. But giving somebody who looks the way that you look, and, you know, people who make fun of you all the goddamn time because of the shit that you do and because you are in a wheelchair, you would think you would have a little bit much more like decorum, a little bit more respect, a little bit more empathy for this guy. But no, you just want to make fun of him. That was disgusting. I didn't like that. I ain't like that. Had him walking up and down. But then, Perry, you dumb as fuck, because why you let him do that? Girl, that was Bobby Light's show. Anyway, let me get up off of here, y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all... They fight too much on Zeus. Like, you be wanting to support shit. I just don't want to see all the fucking fight. And what the fuck is up with Sydney goddamn... Fuck all that. What the fuck is up with Sydney Star? Now, I seen baddies, you know, the season 1 with the original bad girls on there, plus Sydney Star. Couldn't stand the bitch on there. Couldn't stand her when she was on Love and Hip Hop. I was so mad that Mona gave her a shot on there because she was irritating as fuck. She was even more irritating on Baddies. And then on this season's of Baddies South, she's just following everybody the fuck around. And she's all up in her feelings because she wasn't put onto the show this time. And I'm sitting here like, you really are making a career out of being a fucking nuisance. Like, I would be ashamed to be... to know that you are a trans woman. Like, you give trans women a fucking bad name. Like, you're ignorant as fuck. I can't stand that lady. Like, ugh, she just do too fucking much. But anyway, let me get up off of here, y'all. And y'all know Persuasion. Every time I say I'm finna get off of here, I find out something else that pop in my mind. Y'all know Persuasion go with Tammy Roman daughter Jazz. Exactly. Man, Jazz said that, you know, it's a disgrace or you ain't got no class about yourself if you go up in a club twerking or some shit. Mind you, Persuasion used to be a stripper or was a stripper. Mind you, on the last episode, that's all she was doing was shaking her ass up in the club. Where else is you supposed to shake your ass? Oh my God. It's just funny. It's just so crazy how all of that happened. I said, all right. But anyway, let me get up off of here. Go take this trash out. I'll see y'all later.